Today's message is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12. Most of us know, or at least have heard, this command, Exodus chapter 20 verse 12, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Most of us know this verse, but it's the living it out that makes such a difference in our lives. We're going to refer to different examples of honor your father and mother. Of course, the best example is Jesus Christ. You remember when he was on the cross, he said in John chapter 19, behold your son. And of course, at the cross, Jesus actually cared for his mother at the moment of his biggest weakness and pain and suffering. It was Jesus who actually looked after his mother. And of course, according to tradition, I think it was John, the apostle, who looked after Mary while Jesus was crucified in that period of time. I don't know any more than that, whether Jesus saw his mother afterwards, but most likely yes. Mother was there in Acts chapter 1. But the point is that Jesus cared for his mother even at his crucifixion. And another example would be David. 1 Samuel 16 verse 11. Samuel is going to get the new king. Samuel said to Jesse, are all the young men here? And he said, there remains yet the youngest, and there he is, keeping the sheep. And Samuel said to Jesse, send and bring him, for he will not sit down till he comes here. The point here is that David was doing exactly what his father, at least, had assigned him to do. And of course, honouring your father and mother is a lifetime experience. It's very different when you're 5, 15, 25, 40, 50, 60. Honouring your father and mother looks different, different stages of life. And here we see that David is a teenager, he's the youngest. But that was the one whom God chose to be king, but he's doing exactly what his father and mother asked him to do. Of course, at the age of 12, Luke chapter 2, Jesus, of course, was found in the temple. Remember, his parents lost him, and they found him eventually 3 days later and said, or Mary said, your father and I have been sorrowing. And Jesus said, wish you not, it must be about my father's business. And we see for Jesus the priority was honouring his father, which in this case was God. But of course, then we read in Luke chapter 2 later on that he went down to Nazareth and was subject to them. And that word means to submit. And so we see that even Jesus modelled, as already explained at the cross, but also in his teenage years, he honoured and modelled what obedience and honouring your father and what actually meant. The Hebrew word for honour is kabed, K-A-B-E-D or K-A-B-A-D, and it actually comes from the same root word for the glory, the kavod, and the glory, the presence of God, and the word actually means weight. So we could translate Exodus 20 and the verse that we read as weight your father and mother. In other words, give weight to what they say, give weight to looking after their significance, their dignity, valuing and listening to them, accepting them. And that is the whole idea of this word honour. is to value something really highly. Of course, in Hebrew culture, to weigh something, the word weight means to value it. Just like gold and silver was weighed, to recognize its value. So honor your father and mother means to value your mother and father, and to put weight into their significant influence upon your life, and also means to care and look after them, perhaps as they get older. And that's really what this command is to demonstrate the character of God by honoring our father and mother. Thank you for listening.